there are two kinds of Ajahn Chah, or many Ajahn Chahs really, but he would be a lot more circumspect, speak a lot more generally when he was speaking to a large group of people, and if there are lay people present, then obviously much more vague. Speaking with monks, then maybe talk about things more specific to monks' life, and maybe relate things a little bit more detailed. But if he was speaking to monks, like one-on-one and privately, then he would open up a lot more. And he was generally of the opinion that it's not a good idea to be teaching very profound subjects to people who haven't reached that level in their practice, and that it just brings up a lot of maybe craving and desire to become, to experience, and bring a lot of expectation into practice and restlessness. And that he would see what someone has achieved in their practice, and then would speak on that level to them. So again, I mentioned just now that a large amount of the information we have is from recorded Dhamma talks and just little anecdotes, or even just relating that, or in such one year, he met such and such a monk here and there, and just piecing it together. But the recorded talks we have are themselves just a small slice of all the Dhamma talks that he gave over the years. He was the abbot of Wat Pah Pong for 25 and more years, and giving Dhamma talks on a very regular basis. But the ones that we have tapes or records of just cover a period of about 2 or 3 years, towards the very end of his teaching career. There are a few older tapes, but the majority of the ones that we have are right at the end of his teaching life. So even that source of information is very incomplete. So it's really hard to say. I mean, things that he might have talked about in earlier years, and maybe after a while. I know leading a monastic community, after a while, you've told all your stories, and everybody knows, your history back to front, and is a bit embarrassed about telling the same thing over and over again to people you live with. It's a bit different if you meet people you never met before and they're interested. But so I think those kinds of personal anecdotes, of which he didn't talk about himself very much. I mean, given, as I said, that the number of talks we have is, as a percentage of all the talks he gave, is very small, but still, I mean, hundreds of hours, and there's very slim pickings, to find occasions when he talks about himself. And of course, that is the Buddhist style, not to make Dhamma presentations to kind of self-referencing, and you want to be talking about the Dhamma rather than me and my practice of the Dhamma.